We are... Oh, hey. We are live. Well, hello everyone. Good evening. We are here at a little earlier time tonight because we have some special announcement. Matt is dressed in his Croatian gear tonight because he is going to be repping the Euro Schmoe a bit later on Schmoes of the North. Matt, do you want to quickly just tell us what's going on for that?
Well, it's gonna be a show from the guys from the Schmoes in the North. They asked me if I can join them and offered to help us promote our show, and we are very thankful for them for offering. And we are going to talk about the matches that occurred this past week. So please join, give them a like, subscribe to them if you didn't already. These guys are awesome. So thank you for them, and I will be there in an hour. So yeah.
So that's very exciting for us. It's our first joint venture with another after show. So Matt's going to rep for us. We're really excited for him. It's also Matt's birthday today, so we want to tell Matt a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I was so sad when Peggy didn't win, because if she did, then I would tie Liam for the second place, and this Croatian jersey would have a double meaning. And yeah, Liam knows what I mean. So
I mean, it is your birthday, but I could only give you half a present by letting one of my predictions be wrong, not two. You know, I'm not that generous.
You were wrong this week. You also picked wit, so.
Yeah. Thank you, Teresa. Thanks for that. Okay, right. No, but very happy birthday, Matt. We hope you had a lovely day, and we look forward to seeing you later on Schmoes of the North. So we're going to mix things up this week because we are losing Matt in an hour, and we may lose Teresa as well. So we're going to start. I feel like we should, because it's Teresa. No, I'm joking.
Damn it.
So yeah, spoiler alert as well. We, as alluded to, we did sort of just break one of the results, but we will be talking PPV, but that'll be later. We're going to start, and for the predictions, we need to know who won the team's tournament matches thus far to discuss our predictions for next week. So we only have 3 matches. I say only, we are inundated with matches, so it might be nice to have a week of 3 and not 5.
Yes, so, I can catch up on FCL and everything with fewer matches this week because I haven't seen it. So
it gives you a chance to catch up. And so yeah, we have all tournament matches this week. We have 1 in Star Wars and 2 in the teams. Thank you for sharing my disappointing week.
31 points for the Queen. This is amazing, guys. This is amazing. Thank you to everybody for making me feel so great today.
Teresa is still our out and front leader by 2 points now, whereas last week I was level. She has gone in front. I think picking wit was a huge disaster, and we'll get into it later, and it was a massive mistake from me. I don't regret picking Damon.
That match was closer than the PPV, I would say. So, maybe next time try trusting in the Malanta, because it's worked out.
It's going to be difficult for the next one.
We will definitely get into that later, but I'm still a bit in shock about how that match panned out, and need to try and recover. And the only way I can do that is to catch up to Teresa this week by winning all of the prediction league. So without further ado,
Wow.
I'm doing a Bateman.
yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I'm giving you a verbal
Yeah.
warning. If it
Oh.
continues, I will
Oh,
put you out the
dude.
stream.
You will be fined.
You will be deducted 1 point in the prediction league.
You wouldn't dare. You don't know what happens when she gets angry.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's start with the first match of the week. I don't think there's going to be much deliberation. I have a feeling we're all going to pick the same. So it's the round one match of the Star Wars tournament, which is Thomas Harper against Eric Whiteley. Yeah, I might be shocked. I'll be shocked if we're not all the same on this one.
Sorry, guys, I didn't have time to write the predictions, but I have them. I will
Just
say
say
them.
it.
I don't
Okay.
think you
That's
need to.
fun.
Sure.
Just
We all
say,
know who we're
yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
for this one we
Yeah.
are all the same. So
Yeah, 3,
Yeah.
2,
We're all going Harper.
yeah, it's me. I'm the same. So
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
not shocked.
What a
I
big
mean-
surprise.
yeah.
I expected this. We've seen both of them play one match. Harper killed it. He went multiple choice once. Other than that, went perfect. Whiteley, he didn't play poorly, but for the Star Wars division, I just don't think he is at a level that Harper is, and it's going to take an absolute miracle for him to win, in my opinion. Harper is probably my favourite to take the whole tournament at the moment. I just don't see it happening. If it does, it'll be upset of the year, in my opinion.
Wow,
Anyone
you
else?
say that a lot about a lot of matches, dude.
I
I'm
do,
just saying.
and it hasn't happened yet. So there's still opportunities for upset of the year to occur.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep saying it until it happens.
I just want to say that I think that Eric will play better than he did in the first match, but unfortunately for him, I don't see him winning that match.
No.
And he will
Hi,
be
Leo.
0-2, and that's very
Leo.
unfortunate. But I think it's going to happen. So
Hey Leo, yeah, I think everyone. I'd be very surprised if anyone's going Whiteley. In all honesty,
Yeah.
Anything else to add, guys?
Well, I definitely think Whiteley will play much better than in the first match, and I think he's going to get better and better. I just don't think he's there yet, and Harper is there from the moment he was drafted. So, yeah, I have full trust in him, and then needs to get more points for Gates. So, yeah, that's why. But I think Whiteley will play much better, and I think it will be a close match. I don't think like what Liam is saying. He just wants something spicy to happen, but it won't. This match will be great. It will probably go to the 5. But I believe in Harper's ability to pull out those questions and those answers. So I think, he's going to make it.
I
He's
will
also my
correct
pick
you
for
one
the
thing,
tournament.
Teresa. It's
Yeah?
not Kate. It's General Mulligan.
I'm sorry. Yes, there was a big mistake for me. I'm sorry. Yes, General Mulligan. Yes. And because General Mulligan is my favorite manager this year, so yes, I'm sorry, General Mulligan. Wow, what a mistake. Sorry.
Okay, I think we've covered the first match. As I said, I was pretty expecting.
Hi,
that to happen.
Thomas.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello,
Yes.
Thomas.
We're glad you could
Sorry,
join
Thomas,
us, even though,
We
Matt is
appreciate
going
you.
on to Schmoes of the North. I know you didn't see it, but he's going to Schmoes of the North in about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're starting a little earlier so Matt can enjoy his appearance. Okay, the second match. This one is a bit tougher. This is probably the hardest pick of the week for me. Although I think both remaining matches are difficult picks. So we have the semi-finals. Yeah, semi-finals of the teams tournament. We're there already. It's crazy.
It's just going so fast.
Rushmore Lightning Time. Difficult choice, this one. I have made it.
It's a difficult choice, yes.
Probably
Not a
the
difficult
hardest
choice
pick
for
of the
me.
week for me. I mean,
No?
we know who Ben's going.
Yeah, Ben is picking Rushmore. I thought so.
Yeah, of course.
How?
Of course, we all
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yes.
His
yes,
love
yeah.
for JTE is endless. So,
Yeah.
you
It
know.
is so
He
endless.
just doesn't stop talking about GTE.
He's the most underrated player.
Yes, yes, for sure. And he's so humble about it also. So
Yes, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Leo's going lightning time. Are we ready to reveal our picks?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Lightning time.
Lightning time.
I am lone wolf here. I will go Rushmore.
Wow. Okay. Do you want
I'm
to kick us off,
surprised
Matt?
that's Teresa.
Well, okay, I will spoil a little then the match that happened on the pay-per-view, the undercard, because it's a big reason I chose Rushmore. Well, I don't know what they are doing in Finstock Exchange, but for every
drugs,
player,
alcohol,
okay, but
a lot of stealing things probably.
Yeah, but it works for the players.
Yeah.
So,
Can't go wrong.
this is my opinion for the semifinals and ultimately the finals of the Schmoedown tournament for the teams. It's any given Sunday. I think that on any given Sunday, each of those teams can beat each other. I don't see like in last week we have a couple of matches that we were sure it's going to go like it went. Some teams did show us that they are better than we thought, but ultimately the teams we thought would won. But this, well, yeah, outsiders, it's the only exception.
Yeah, but it was very close, so I don't
it
think.
was very close. But I'm fully aware that Lightning Time can win. I'm also fully aware that Rushmore.
Yes.
No,
Did you notice that every time that Matt went against the suspects that he lost? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So you're doing it again.
Yeah.
That's confident.
That's true. But to be honest, Thomas, don't you worry. I will still root for Lightning Time to win. I always do root for usual suspects, and I just think that they have something. And I will say one other thing when we talk about the undercard, but I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna be them and one other team in the finals, and it's gonna be awesome. And yeah, that's it. I will go for them because
know your next pick.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be really awesome. And sorry, Ben. Also, the thing is, Roca did beat Liz, and
don't remind me.
We did.
Yeah, and that I was 50-50 this afternoon, but when I saw the undercard, I just went, okay, I'm going with Exchange. So
yeah.
I don't think it's a bad pick at all. I think it was a close one.
It's definitely a bad pick, but
I was
for the game reasons.
I'm surprised that you've gone Lightning Time, actually, Teresa. I thought you were going to go Rushmore.
Me too, but you know what? No, I can't just because I want Lightning Time to win. I do like Rushmore, but like I said a few times, Roca and JTE, that's a combination, like a lot of ego. I don't really like egos, because I have one and there's not space for more egos. So I just really want Liz and Ethan to win, and we saw them answer their 2, their 3, and their 5. We haven't seen Rushmore do that. So I just think it's going to be so close. It's 50-50. Also in the next match, I think those 2 matches are both 50-50. So it's just go with your gut. And I really want Ben to be happy, So Lightning Time has to win now. If it's not the outsiders for me, then it has to be Lightning Time for Ben.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, now I know I'm not going to lose to you next week. So also scared. Yeah.
That is fine.
I was wondering that. That surprised me that you didn't go with that.
Yeah.
I'm more intrigued for the next pick to see where you go with that. But yeah, Ben, why did you pick Lightning? Oh,
why?
I mean,
that was a really stupid question, buddy.
Yeah, it was. But sorry to
You're
say.
killing me.
You know why? You know why. So
Well,
I
moving
think
on.
we can move on probably.
So I picked Lightning Time just because I think that they have an amazing chemistry together, and we really saw that in the first match. I'm not saying Roker and JT do not. I just think overall they're slightly stronger players, just slightly. I don't think there's a lot in it, but I think Ethan is a little bit better than Roker, and I think Liz is a little bit better than JT personally. So hot take, but I just
No, I
pick,
like
Thomas.
it. I
Good
like
pick.
it.
I just think they're gonna go for it.
So
Thomas, you are
only,
with the
only Matt
majority.
picked in all of our. Wow.
I don't think it's a bad pick. I just it could go either way. And Matt, you might catch me up even more. Hopefully not.
Hopefully, yes.
So the final match for Friday, which I'm assuming we'll watch along to, so it should be fun. Is
It
another
won't be
tough
fun
one.
if I lose, guys.
It's another tough one.
It won't be fun at all.
It will be fun for the audience and for
Yes,
us, not
that's
for
true.
you.
That's true.
Yep.
I'm doing
so
a lot
we
for you
have-
guys.
Deception is Danger Zone. Whew, so it's tough pick this one.
I really don't want this match to happen.
Not really for me.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Deception.
I am with Teresa on this one.
Oh, that's good.
I knew it. I knew it.
So pleased that you've gone different because it makes Friday's watch along really interesting now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's this side against this side.
Yeah, and especially it will make it interesting if Rushmore wins the day before. Then we are playing if Danger Zone wins, I tie you.
Yes.
Well, even our comments are split.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Leo's gone.
Mhm.
Leo's with you two, and Thomas is with me and Ben.
It's because all of those
Thomas
teams
is at
are
the
so
right
good.
side.
Then yeah, hard to pick.
I think it's hard to judge it based on the first matches. We know Deception went perfect, but
Yeah, but
You
you
know,
never know. Yeah,
I mean, I
And
don't
what
think
they
that
did
means
in-
they're going to do it again.
what they did in movie release dates. I know Ben is good at that category, but still, like watching it, I was like, oh my god, they're really doing it, and especially when you see how Dan talks through the questions with him. And I think they also were on the same faction last year. And yes, there were a lot of shenanigans, but we know behind the scenes they're real friends, right? So, like, I think they know each other very well. Ben managed Dan in one match, and he won that match. So it's again 50-50 for me. I think Deception made such a strong statement last week. So I'm not really like I was thinking about taking them, but again, I just can't go against Dan. He's my favorite, so I'm picking that way. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if Deception wins. This is just like they're great teams on both sides. So yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, as I said, I don't think either pick's a bad one. They're both so amazing. It's just, I think it's just going to come down to the day. As Matt said earlier, any given Sunday, I think applies to this as well. So
Yeah.
I
love this, Thomas. I love this. Yeah. Marisol is amazing. So yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes,
And
yeah.
also on whoever goes into the
Marisol
finals,
two belts.
I'll be honest. I was split on the match, and the only reason I chose Danger Zone is because I knew Liam would pick Deception, and that's a possible 1 point for me in this prediction league, and that's it. That's the reason.
That also was a little of my reasoning that I
Yeah.
will pick one different and one same with him, and it was I was pretty sure that I know what he is picking.
So I wouldn't do it if I wasn't split 50-50, but I was split 50-50, and because I really think so. I don't know. Deception can get those movie release days corrections, and it's enough for them to miss one. Danger Zone can probably steal that. Also, it can happen to Danger Zone. It can happen to Lightning Time. It can happen to Finstock Exchange. It's one question in the first round, it's enough to throw you off your game. It's just what questions you get with these 4 teams. If questions are more suited for one team or other team, we saw that some players did very poorly in one specific match, but then did great in some other matches. And it's just what questions you get. I think with those four teams. So I picked so I can catch up to Liam. That's it.
Yeah, I want to say the last thing. I don't know when was the last time when Dan like missed a 5-pointer, 3-pointer, or something like that. I think all of his matches are always stellar, and I know Collins is amazing, but it happened to him, and we haven't seen them answer their 3 and their 5 in their last match. So, and it's like they're all studiers. They're going to prepare. They're going to get the wheel a few days before, and they're going to study it all. And Bateman, Collins, like this is, I don't think there's going to be things they don't know because they will be so much prepared. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. But then all the way, always.
Yeah.
I think,
and then we can have a finale with Liz on one side and then on the other side, and you can watch me and Ben go crazy
on each other.
Myself and fight each other, and one of us cry.
Yes.
I want to pick up.
Okay. Yeah.
Just quickly
before we do, because that's one thing that I was going to talk on. And I know if I don't talk, my grandmother's going to kill me next week. I think that Deception definitely had the better teamwork of the 2. I did think that Danger Zone and that Dan and Bateman spoke well, that they mixed well. I love that last question in movie release dates. That was such a shock. When Dan was so sure and Bateman said, okay, fine, go with it. And it was right. That was amazing. But I think Deception just has that chemistry that they just gel so well. And you could see it from last year. I think, yes, Collins has a history of not hitting his 5, but Marisol has a history of hitting her 5. So
that's true. Yes.
That teamwork shows that maybe
also Bateman has a history of not hitting his 5 against Dan, so it's not like it's it's so even it hurts. Like I think it's going to be a sudden death match or a 1-point game again. Like I think it's going to be so close, ridiculous. But I think like their teamwork, I loved it. I actually loved it. Like Ben saying his idea and then confirming and telling like him his gut feeling. I think they really worked well, much better than Dan with Roka, much better.
Harry then gonna talk about the match of Deception and Danger Zone now. When we started talking about it, I don't know if you wanted. So we can start with that match, so we can.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to quickly comment on Thomas's question as well, and then we'll get to the match. But I don't think there's a lot in it. As much as I'm rooting for Deception, and I think they will edge it. I think both teams showed amazing chemistry, particularly in round 2. I was actually really impressed with Bateman and Murrell and the way they worked out the answers to the movie release dates. I think that category requires a lot of communication, and I was really impressed with how they navigated that a very difficult wheel slice, which is in. I know Ben loves it, and Murrell's very good at it as well, but it's still a hard wheel slice, and I think I was surprised by them. My concern for that team was how would they gel, but now I don't have that concern. But I do also think Marisol and Collins have an amazing chemistry. They are confident with each other. They bounce off ideas, and again, they have great communication. So I don't think that's going to sway it either way. I just think it's going to come down to pure knowledge and the questions on the day. It'll be interesting to witness the match and see what happens. But I think we can start with that match if you. Cause I know you have to go soon, Matt. So
No. I'm okay if we start with. Actually, I want to talk about pay-per-view matches more than.
Okay.
Yes,
so-
yes, please. Yes, please.
Because Matt, just because I'm conscious of time, what one would you like to start with?
I don't. I don't care. It's no different for me. So
Okay, let's start with the most surprising match I've ever witnessed in my life. Okay.
yep.
Yes, please. Let's start with how good Demolanta is and how much we love him. Please, please. Oh my
So,
God.
For both picks this pay-per-view, I was the
Oh,
lone
yeah.
wolf. It started off so
That
well.
will be interesting.
I was so excited. I'm like, "Do you know what? I'm going to be tied with Teresa by the end of this. I was so happy.
You're
So
ridiculous. You're
When-
ridiculous.
When Radis did it, I'm like, do you know what? This is it. It's my night. I was more confident in Damon than I was Radis, and he pulled it through. And I'm like, do you know what? Alex Damon's going to smash this, and I'm going to be top of our prediction league. And
And what
don't know
happened, Liam? What happened?
What
Tell me.
happened?
How did you feel? Did you feel like terrified or? were
I
you
was
really...
shocked. We've never seen Damon have a bad match until now.
I still don't
and
think he had a bad match. I still
I-
like he
I disagree,
wrestled through
but
that.
yeah.
No, I think
No.
for anyone else, he played
Yeah.
well. For Damon standards, it was
That's
a bad
true.
match.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say
I-
this. Unfortunately, for Star Wars standards, it's not. It wasn't a very good first round. To be fair, for both
Yeah.
players, for
Yeah, but I think that's the difficulty
Yeah.
of the questions. They asked for harder
Yeah.
questions. They got them.
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
You,
Oh, yeah,
you got
yeah.
what you got what you wanted. How do you feel now?
Yeah, and just I want to say something. I don't want that to get lost. Good job to the writers. Really, really good
Yes.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
The
we need
real
to say
heroes of
this.
that match.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Writers were.
It's starting to
Uh,
really be just recite the whole movie. Like
Yeah.
what's the conversation in the final scene? We need the exact quote. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean,
so
I'm,
tough.
I'm actually pleased though that they are having more difficult
Yes.
questions because as great as the match was, we can't be having perfect matches every
Yeah.
match. So they had to step it up a little bit, and I think it was a perfect level of difficulty. The thing I wasn't surprised. I think both players had an amazing round one to get both beyond 8 with those question difficulty. It was the round 2 which ruined Damon's match, and I wonder if my take on this is maybe focusing on 2 leagues had an effect.
Mm-hmm.
I also think
Yes.
missing that question and then a 2-point steal is a 4-point swing, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Wow.
I was like 4 points he can get away with. Then he didn't happen again, and I was like, the match is done. As soon as it went to 8, I was I can't see him getting back. The only way he can get back is if he can make it within 5. But he got it back to 6, I think, with the speed round. But I was like, if it's not 5, he ain't gonna win because there's just no way Dimalanta's missing 2 out of the 3 final round questions. It's just not gonna happen. So when it was only 6 points, I knew that was game over, and I just I'm really pleased with Dimalanta though. I know I went for Alex. I thought he was gonna put it out the bag, but Dimalanta is proving that he is a deserving champion and is going to be really hard to knock off that pedestal. Laura Kelly is never beaten Laura Kelly, so that's going to be a really amazing match, and I'm really excited. I wanted to see, although I went for Damon, I wanted to see more Kelly Dimalanta than I did Kelly Damon because he hasn't beaten her yet, and I'm part of me hopes that continues because I love Kelly. But, that'll be a tough pick when it comes to it.
I'm gonna say this. I'm so happy. I said last week that I picked Dimalanta because I was impressed with his post-match interview when he said, "I'm studying now," and he did obviously. but he showed that he wants to defend it. But I do think that it's going to be very hard to pick in his next match, because I think that right now I didn't see Ace play yet, so I cannot say. But from what I've seen,
Yeah.
these him and Laura Kelly is probably the hungriest right now in the Star Wars
Yeah.
division. He's hungry to defend the belt multiple times and try to catch up to Damon. But Laura really wants to be that champion and the first Star Wars
Yes.
female champion, and
Yes.
she's hungry. And I saw it; she was so focused. I rewatched the match a couple of nights ago, and I don't know, really, guys. I'm telling you, I don't know who will win that match because
it's gonna
they are
be.
both so focused. So I don't know who I'm picking. I am glad I don't have to pick tonight, but the Malanta impressed me. He knew a lot of stuff, and Koi did. I think he's perfect for
Yes.
Koi.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect together. Yes.
calms him down, and
Mhm.
I really hope he don't go from Koi anywhere, even if he loses the title. He should stay with Koi. And
Well, even if he loses the title, he got him 15 points. Like, what more do you want? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Almost all of his points are Dimalanta's points. So he did one thing right.
Dimalanta and Shazam, like, I'd be shocked that's not the 3 picks if it's that's how they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, can I gush about Dimalanta now?
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can.
Okay.
But then I'm going to complain about them both.
Okay. So, to no one's surprise, I'm so happy. I'm like, I'm just ecstatic. Like, I wasn't sure he's going to win it because it was so close last time. But I'm glad the questions are harder. I'm glad there were no perfect rounds because, like, yes, just it was a scrap, and they both thought, and I think Alex was stretched too thin with the IG and the Star Wars, and both of those matches were probably played in real time, which means he really played like week after week, which is really, really tough. You can see, like, when people play more matches, like it's spectacular, how that sometimes affects them and everything. So especially in 2 divisions that are very different, it's not singles and teams, it's Star Wars and IG. And you need to study for both of them.
Yeah.
You can't just swing it. So yes, that's tough, but I got my wish. I really wanted Damon to be in the tournament, and he's going to be. That's what, like, I think this is going to be amazing. He's going to get his hands dirty. You know, there can be a Damon match, guys. This is just like I'm fangirling even thinking about it. Molly would be so sassy. I really need that match now. And the last thing I wanted to say, yes, Koi is perfect for Dimalanta. And we sometimes talk about Koi and his draft and how some of it, like, we didn't agree with. But he was smarter than all of the other managers. I don't understand how Dimalanta wasn't the second pick of the draft. Like, after picking Mara up, which I, like, completely understand, I think that was a smart pick. But not having the trust that Dimalanta is going to do this and defend, like, if people knew, they would pick him right away.
I was
because 15 points.
I will just say I was to be honest, I wouldn't pick Dimalanta second. I would pick Laura, not because I don't think that Dimalanta is good, but I thought in on that day when draft happened, my thing was Laura has match already scheduled, and she can get more points. So
that's okay. If Laura went second and then Dimalanta went third, I would understand. But Moses went, Harper went, and I love Harper. I think he's a smart pick, but Dimalanta was the smarter pick.
Yeah.
You can't now get 15 points from Harper even if he wins the tournament. Like, that's not how it works. So and if he defends one more time, does he get 9 points for the defense or 8?
No, he just still 8.
Still 8,
If Harper wins the tournament, because it's a number 1 contender in the end.
Yeah, that's
so
we'll get
Thomas
more for that.
And it's 5. Number 1 contender is 5, right?
It's 4, I think, in every division.
4.
I don't know if
4.
it's
4.
different
Yeah.
in
So
tournaments.
they will
It's
get
4.
if he wins, they get 10 points, and then if he beats the
Yeah, it could happen,
if he
but
beats the champion, it's 17 points.
yeah, the
Yeah.
thing I meant by that is even if the Malanta didn't win, you could still get him in the tournament, and you saw what he
Yeah,
did last year.
of course.
So it was a win-win situation, like, you know. So yeah, that's just I'm just saying, I think people didn't have the trust in the Malanta, and I think some people are regretting that now. And Koi
Yeah.
really is perfect for him. I'm
He
done.
is.
The Malanta is great. He's the best. I love him,
Okay.
and it's going to be
Okay.
heartbreaking going
All right.
against Laura Kelly. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Now
it
I'm
will
done.
be. Now my turn. Okay. I will say that I think I know who I'm going to pick, but it will be because of what I said earlier on in the year. I would like to go back to say to pick up on what Leo said earlier on in the chat. When Damon was shook by the 2 questions he missed, I honestly think so. And I could see that the difference between management, between Roxy and, or maybe the difference between playstyle, because Alex has never had a bad match. And so he's never had to face that sort of, I need to get back into the swing of things, whereas Demalanta has. And so when he missed, he went, okay, I knew it, but let me get back into it. And I think that was awesome. And maybe that's why people are voting for Koi as manager of the week. I still think maybe Kaiser should be better, but I'll just say
Or
that, yeah,
Gucci.
Koi, yeah, no.
Gucci
Maybe,
is a second.
maybe.
Koi is the first.
Gucci is the second. Gucci is
Yeah,
always
Gucci
like,
is-
even if he doesn't have a match that week, people will vote for him. So it's
But
okay.
Gucci should be the second for me
But yeah,
this week.
he should.
Sure.
Gucci,
I will
Gucci
just
should be
say,
second this week.
I'll give him his props. I'll give him
I'm
his
the
props
worst.
when we get there. I'll give him his props when we get there. But yes, he was an awesome manager this week. What I will say is that I loved the I loved the conversation between Demalanta and Koi, and I really want to know, as Teresa said before we went online, what is planking? What the
I
hell
know
is
what is
planking?
planking, but I don't understand how he does it when he sits, because it's like you go on the ground and you have the hands like that, and your whole body is in the
like,
same. But like, how
I know
does he
that,
do
but
it when
how
he sits? How, like, is he just like, is he flexing all the time,
He's
or
just-
like, I really need to know. And I was like
someone put
watching
the rigor
closely.
mortis spell on him.
Yeah, I was like watching him closely and trying to figure out what's he doing, but it's working. It's working. He has completely different mentality, and I wanted to say I think Roxy managed perfectly. I like she really picked Alex up, but you're right. I think this is the first match where Alex was behind the whole time.
Yeah,
And,
exactly. So
and,
I think
he didn't
that
think
really
about the
affected
questions.
him.
He should have gone to multiple choice.
She tried to, but she wasn't successful. But she did try.
Yeah.
I mean, that
But
was
Koi,
a huge
like,
deficit as well.
yeah.
Like,
But
that was-
Guys,
maybe that speaks
can
to
we guys
more.
please- Can we guys please
Hang
go
on,
on
maybe
the
that
second match?
speaks. Yeah, maybe that speaks more to the management before the match. I don't know. Anyway, my thinking, but yeah, let's
because
move on.
Koi was all the time about it's tied, it's 0-0. It's
Yeah.
not. Don't think about it that way. So yeah, maybe they did talk about it more before the game.
All right, Matt, I know you want to talk before you have to go, so go on, go for it.
Thank you. This is for me. So okay, let's begin. This was the most surprising match of the week for me, to be honest. So most surprising, because in my opinion, the R man, Radis, was the rookie with the weakest performance is from Finstock Exchange in his first match, in my opinion. And when I look at Khan, when I look at Lieberman, when I look at Griffin Newman, I think that Radus has the weak head. I know that he TKO'd but we really didn't play that good in that match. Really, sorry, she didn't. but
Okay.
yeah,
Well, can we mute Matt now? So
yeah, but to see his how he's much better from his first match to now. I'll say this: I think that from all the players, Barbarian is most worth player in the whole of the Schmoedown. Not because of how much points he can get you, but what he can do for your other players. If I'm a manager, my first signing is Barbarian. The thing, I'm sure that all the rookies do a lot and want to study a lot, and they all study together. And like they said, they have homework. But man, people should be scared of the exchange. That's the reason I picked Rushmore, because I just look at it. Oh God, they really do something here. The improvement was enormous. I rewatched his first match. Improvement is obvious. So I'm really looking forward to see other FinStock Exchange rookies and see if they are going to play much better than we saw them the first time. And I think it's scary. It's scary for other players, I think. And Barbarian would be my first pick overall in the whole Schmoedown because of his capabilities as a trainer. For other players I'm going to draft. So yeah, and Gucci impressed me a lot with his actual managing this time of a player. He really managed Radus good, and it's hard to get a player to win the sudden death, I think, especially when that player was down before it. So really good job, Gucci, on this match, and good job, Radus. It's shown that you put a lot of work into this, and not to forget, PG also did much better. I think she also put a lot of work in it, and I'm sad for her. But I was really impressed with the mentality and the improvement of Radus, because I didn't think that he has a chance of winning, to be honest. But he did.
I did.
So I'm gonna eat my words, and that's it.
Well, I was absolutely relieved because I was the only. It was a bit of a risky pick, but I did have faith he could do it. As it went on, I was thinking, oh, this isn't looking good, but it was only 3 points, so I was like, if he can get it, if he can hit his 2 and 3, there's a chance, because she might miss her 3. And when the question came out, I was like, I don't think she knows this, and it went to sudden death, and then it's anyone's game. But I think when I picked Radus last week, you were all shocked by my pick, and I don't know, I wasn't expecting that. I thought some of you might have gone Radus.
I'm actually very shocked. I wasn't really shocked. Like the Facebook group picked
Matt
Radus
and
to
Ben
win.
were.
So yeah, okay.
Matt was like, what?
Okay, yeah, because I knew about the pick, because I was the one who said it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
But, I don't know. I think he's a better player than we give him credit for. He's got a really good. He does a lot of character work, and I think sometimes that means we think they're not as good at the actual Schmoedown, but he knows his stuff. I don't think he's as good as some of the other rookies. I'd agree with Matt on that, but I think if things go his way, he could win and get a lot of matches. And Peggy's a good player, so I was really pleased.
No, he could win a lot of matches. Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware, Thomas. Thank you. I was passed out drunk, so we'll move on from that. It was my birthday.
No, we won't. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you for you weren't here. You know, he was scared. So.
You see, guys, I'm more committed for this show than Liam. I'm here for my birthday, and Liam wasn't.
You are, Matt. You are.
true.
That's
But
true.
I had prosecco, so it wasn't. It just couldn't. It made me pass out. So what am I supposed to do? You know, if I'm asleep, there's not a lot I could do about it, I'm afraid. But anyway, so it was my match of the week for me. I love it when a match goes to sudden death, and I'm really pleased he won though, just to keep me in with a shot this week. If he lost, Teresa would have been so ecstatic, and I couldn't have dealt with that for another week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm very thankful he pulled it out the bag.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, did you talk about this match yet or not?
No.
Not yet.
So
not yet.
You can start, and then I'm going to talk about the Malanta some more.
No, we're done with the Malanta.
Wait, I have my
just
Star Wars
teasing.
shirt for him.
I saw that. I was going to comment on it. That's awesome. Yeah, I will just say that, yes, I will give Gucci his props when he does well. I've always said my biggest criticism of him is that he always plays from the front. And now he played from behind, and he did well. He got his players to play from behind.
Ben, he's much better. He's much better.
Me and Teresa are being filthy.
We are so childish. It's not
I
even funny.
understand.
Sorry.
I get it. But, you are really childish. Yeah. And no,
I have a terrible hangover. It's not my fault, guys. Really.
Okay. I'll just say to you, Ben, because I know that you are a new Schmoedown fan. Let's just say it like that. But Gucci was always better when he had underdogs. Gucci managed much better. Imagine he's managing much better when he has an underdog players, and that's it from behind.
Yeah. These two can't even show their faces.
You knew Gucci could take the punch.
Yes, please talk about it more. You really can play from behind, right? Wow.
Oh, dear. Oh. I mean, we knew before he could take the front, but
Euro Schmoe, everyone. Euro Schmoe.
Yes.
Euro Schmoe. I'll push
so
having a mad moment.
Okay, I will talk about this match now very seriously. So
hang on.
Yes, and
I would just say that
best. I agree, he's the best. Di Malanta is the best. Yeah. Sorry, Ben.
I'll say that Gucci managed well. PG surprised me again. When I thought she was going to lose, she really came back and fought hard. It's like Teresa always says, when it goes to sudden death, it's luck.
Oh God!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, everyone.
I'm not even drunk. This is like, why is it?
I agree, Thomas.
Yes,
sorry,
Thomas, we're
We're
sorry. This is not what you signed up for.
I saw Teresa started smirking, and it set me off.
Yeah, it's Liam's fault. It's Liam's fault as always. Oh yes, I really wanted to now, in all seriousness, talk about this match. I think Peggy outplayed the Rager, and I would be very comfortable picking her again against him. But he did play really well. I think Gucci managed very well from behind. And no, but this is the first time this year I actually saw him managing somebody. Like, he wasn't in his car driving. He was like really focused on the match. So kudos to you for like. Yes, for showing up and really managing one of your players, because it helped, and he was really amazing. And I didn't expect him to be this good, but I also didn't expect Peggy to be this good. Like 7 points in first round, second round perfect again. This is her second perfect second round, and put that girl on a team like with Jader. Because that's great. 7 points first round, perfect second rounds, and you can confer, and on comedy
category.
And thank you for the crazy stupid love question. It's also one of my favorite movies. Yes, it was great.
I was so sad we didn't watch this match together. I knew really a lot of questions in that match.
Yeah, well, I
Mm.
knew
I-
that one I just talked about it.
I
like that.
I knew. For example, I was so proud of myself. I knew PG's 5-pointer instantly.
Ooh,
I don't know.
nice.
It's just that quote is just I don't know why it's memorable for me. So
Yeah.
So, should we?
What
I
was
don't
the
know if
5-pointer again? Sorry.
I can still be here. I'm gonna get the
Okay, let's try and
link here,
get.
so-
It was Wall Street. Oliver Stone. I
Yeah.
can't remember the quote.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
try and get to one more match before Matt has to leave us,
Yay.
because I think it'd be good to get Matt's take.
I know Matt wanted to talk about this one.
Yeah,
Deception
and-
Blackjack.
And Thomas is saying that tomorrow's POV is going to have the Malanta on, so I'm definitely watching that. Surprise, surprise.
Who would say? Who
Yep.
would think it? Right.
Matt, do you want to kick us off? Because I'm not sure when you have to go.
Well, it's a justice for Jack, right?
Yep.
Well, I'll say this. Danger Zone impressed me. As we said, the teamwork was really good. Blackjack, I be honest, I thought they would did a little better. They did good, really good. Janine showed that in the third round she can do it and stuff like that. And I really think that for her, the only thing, as I said before, but the thing she needs to work on is that first round. She got 5 points in the first round again. I thought, to be honest, Jacoby would do a little better in the first round. That surprised me, but not to bash them. It was an excellent showing. It's a first match of a new team, and they did have a really hard task before them with the match with the team that
so much pressure.
It was 30 points after the second round, right?
I still can't process it. I still can't.
I don't know
how did they do it?
Yeah, outsiders had 29 points right in the 3 rounds.
No, they had 32.
They got 32, right? Okay.
Yeah, and Lightning Time had 33, I think.
Yeah, but the thing is, some teams didn't came to the 30 points in a 3 rounds.
Yeah,
and they did it in 2. So
it's crazy.
I don't really have much
crazy.
I really don't have much to say about it. I understand it was a match with spinners and opponent's choice, and it's always hard. I would be happier, to be honest, if it happened differently. So if Blackjack got the spinners and then Deception got the opponents, because I think it would make match more interesting. Not because I want Deception to do poorly, but I think match would be more interesting. And just Deception showed that they could be a favorites. From what we saw right now, they are the favorites to win the whole tournament. They did the best.
Yeah,
I understand that they literally are the only team who got the spinner's choice, but they both went perfect in the first round, and it's the only team that managed to do that. So nothing but kudos to both teams. I was surprised how Jacoby actually. I think that he did really well in the second round. I thought that Janine would be the main player for that, and Janine also impressed me in that last question of the second round also. But I think that Jacoby was let's just say the main, like the leader in that discussions. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my take. When I saw it, I took it as that. But they did talk good. They did talk to each other. It wasn't I want that, you want that, so we cannot agree, like it was with Dan and Roca. Obvious problems, unfortunately. And but on that day, I think that on that day, not Danger Zone, not Lightning Time, not Rushmore, on that day, no one beats Deception. So,
Yeah,
sorry.
I need to
That's
jump
it.
in.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I need to jump in. I think both teams played really well, and Blackjack came against a Deception team which were perfect, who spun spinners, and they also had to navigate opponents. I don't.
Yeah.
I think them being able to not be TKO'd showed a lot about them. I actually think Janine carried them a little bit.
Thank
in
you.
round two.
Yes.
And she pulled the 5. So
Yeah.
And the
I
free,
will- I
like
will-
like the
No,
Spielberg
she
Oscars
definitely
question was
carried
also
in
crazy.
the third round. In the third round, Janine definitely.
But also in the
carried.
second, like she got one question, he got the other. I think they were even.
yeah,
like if you go by questions, who knew what, they knew exactly the same amount of questions, even like the first name and the second name from the other. So I think
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Deception just played unbelievably.
Perfectly.
I will also say I think everyone has it as, and I maybe even me a little bit. Collins is like A star and Marisol is A. That balance now is becoming very similar. Like she is getting there,
Yeah.
I think, and she could have a run. We know she's got a good chance of getting a title shot in singles
Okay,
if she can
guys,
get
I
through her
need
bracket.
to go. So goodbye.
Okay, Matt. Have a great
Enjoy.
bye,
time.
Matt.
See you later,
Enjoy.
Matt.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Bye, Matt. Yeah. So as I was saying, I think Marisol proved that she's as good as Collins, and she's getting to his level. Again, with round 2, she contributed as much as Collins. I would say. I don't think it was one person carrying. And Leo makes a good point there. First team to go 100% without multiple choice in one match. They played incredibly, absolutely incredibly. I was so happy that both of them had a perfect round 1 as well. And we know how good Jacoby is. He's shown it in free for all and in his match beating London, and even he didn't go perfect. Which shows you how good Marisol is now. Deception, I want to see with the belts around them. I'm hoping they're going to take this tournament. It's going to be difficult. They've got some tough matches ahead. But I also really like Blackjack in this match, and I don't think we should write them off just because of what happened. They just came against an amazing performance, and I think Blackjack could absolutely win tons of matches.
I love the confidence, Thomas. Like when the Deception wins.
Nice.
Exactly.
But I get it.
I will say I definitely would pick Deception over Corruption any day of the week.
Completely. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Teresa,
I'm underestimating Kalinowski again, and I have a tendency to do that. So I'm saying it, and as I'm saying it, I'm rethinking it. But like just only because they played a lot and Corruption didn't play in a long time.
Also,
like,
I feel like Mike is really focused on IG.
on IG, yes.
And
Chance is focused on singles probably because Okay, so I have
a
lot to say about this. Yeah, okay.
Okay. No,
go,
you
Ben,
talk
go.
then.
Say it.
You talk.
No, I will talk.
I was just going to say what's going to be interesting is if Deception faces Corruption, what will Christian and Grace do? Because they said they don't want teams to have that 3 points. Will we see the first ever triple?
Well, they actually decided that it's okay.
The managers
voted. The managers voted, and it's not happening. The triple threats and stuff like that. But Grace hates Corruption. I can't imagine she won't like try to somehow, somehow sabotage them. Because
I feel like for that instance, though, if they've gone through a tournament, they've earned the right to that match, and also, say if it's a tournament bracket like a 16 and you end up coming against your faction mate from one end to the other, I just think you have to let that happen. A bit like last year in Chance and Mike.
Yeah, but
because you've earned your way there.
And it's decided, like the managers voted, it's decided. It's okay. It's the same as last year.
Okay.
If your faction ends up playing against your faction, it's okay. Just
Yeah,
there is no
I'm
like
glad they
minus
made
point
that call.
with the TKO, the KO, and stuff like that. But you get the points. It's okay.
I think that's a better call personally, but yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the start of this match, guy on the desk is my new favorite thing. I really love him. He's super professional and so funny, and he like you can see how prepared he is for the matches, like how he goes into the history and into everything that happened in the previous matches. I just loved him so much, and so it made the match even better for me. And then of course Shannon and Roxy going against each other is my favorite thing ever. So
that was the
yes.
best thing.
And I
Roxy,
was
do you
like,
have
oh
still
my
have the
god,
speaking problem?
yeah. And like I was sad that we won't see them like going against each other on the screen, and then they gave us that. I don't know who did, but thank you for that gift, because it made me smile and it made me very happy, because it was just like those two are just fire, both of them, and I love how they go against each other, and I love how they rebuttal and everything. It's amazing. Also, yeah, Deception made the strongest statement anyone could ever make, and it's even that someone is picking Deception against Danger Zone is a statement in itself, because you have, I think, the best player in the league now, Dan, and one of the best players, Bateman, and it means so much that people are picking Deception, and it's because of this match, because they showed that they can be literally perfect. Also, I agree with Riem. I think we should really stop saying that Adam Collins is the best on the team and Marisol is the B player on the team. They're both A players on the team. And
I was going to
she
say
won.
that. Stole my
She won.
talking point.
Sorry, she won. I just, this one I wrote down because like I think it was really special,
Yeah,
this match.
I know.
And also people, I think you should really stop talking about who won the draft, like between Kate and Shannon. I think they both won. And
Good point.
Marisol already won 3 matches for Shannon, and it's like the second or the third month we are in. Like she's amazing, and she's proving to be force, and that's amazing. But also Jacoby Bancroft is the most positive, happiest person on this planet and in the Schmoedown. And Brandon Meyer, you should really work for that Babyface award, because you might be losing it this year. I think like Jacoby was, even when they spun opponents' choice, like he was quipping, he was making fun, and I think that really helped Janine. I think Janine, when she like isn't performing as well as she wants to, has the tendency to, then go into herself and maybe miss more than she would normally. And I think Jacoby's energy is really helping her. She finally has a partner who studies. So I think, yes, her first round is going to improve. But also, she's the reason they got a lot of questions in the second round. And that 3-pointer and that 5-pointer was amazing. And they were under so much pressure from the start. They were losing. Their opponent got spinners. They got opponents. And then they had to answer all of their just not to get a -1 for the stars. And you don't want that. And being under so much pressure in your first match with the rookie team, with an actual rookie on that team, I think that's also a statement. And I think people should be scared of this team because, yes, they played amazing. And Janine really proved why she is on that team. So I'm really happy for them also. I think what they did was amazing. I also do not think that there would be much difference if it was spinners, opponents, spinners. Both teams seemed really comfortable with that wheel. I actually think Janine might pick musicals for herself, if it went that way. So this was a really cool wheel, but there went like 70s, 80s on it, there were much more shallower categories. So I think it would be probably very similar. Even in the in the reverse situation, they just knew a lot. And I'm looking if I have something more to say. Yes, of course, Blackjack needs a little bit more teamwork and be more confident, because they lost 2 points because they didn't like voice more or didn't take, I don't know, a repeat or something. But I think that's going to change with how much they play together. Like this was their first match. Obviously, Janine knew that one answer, and Jacoby knew the second. and they just didn't. They went to multiple choice, and I think in their next match they probably going to improve that. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think
sorry,
that's it.
Quite quickly,
for
so
me.
I need to go for like 10 minutes. So my
Okay,
sister needs
sorry.
help.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to jump out
Right.
for a bit. I'll be back. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, yes, and so since Liam is not here, I'm going to say
Sorry,
one last
sorry,
thing. I
sorry.
think it's
One
kind of
moment.
funny that Shannon keeps going after Steph, and like Jen is one of her best friends. You know, she brought her to Schmoedown, so this like just seemed a little, you know, I was like, well, yeah, Jen is doing really well. She brought you here. She is the reason that you and Mike are together. She got you together. So yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. And now, Ben, the floor is yours.
Finally. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry.
Yeah, I will just say that you stole one of my talking points, which was to say that we can no longer say that Marisol is the B player. She's definitely one of the A players. I think it's A and A at this point because,
Yes,
as I've always said,
it's like
Collins has a history of missing his 5. Marisol doesn't. Collins, you saw it in the previous year's tournament when Collins got blanked out due to lag. Marisol just carried him through that round, carried him through the match. In fact, so yeah, it can be very much so. So yeah, and I will say that look, if it's going to be the case that deception faces corruption, that'll be a dream come true for me. I would love to see that. I don't know who I would pick. It. Actually, I do know who I would pick in that case. But still, when Shazam beats Odd Couple, it would be nice to see
He
Shazam.
froze for a second. Okay.
Sorry.
Or I froze. I
When
don't know.
when Shazam beats Odd Couple, it would be nice to see Shazam Deception or Shazam Lightning Time. One of those two. So yeah, look, that's who they're my favorite team from last year. So of course I'm happy with how they did. I know someone said that, I don't know who, but someone said that Collins carried Marisol through the second round as well. I disagree with that. I disagree that I think both teams kind of carry, both players on each team kind of carried each other to that point. You could see it in the last question in the second round with the musicals, where Janine got the first name and
Yes, it was amazing. That was the real teamwork there.
Yeah, and Jacoby got the surname, so they figured it out, which was amazing to see. You could see that Adams and Collins and Marisol trust each other. Let's see what Matt says.
Yeah, he might be spread too thin, and also it's really hard to play in multiple divisions. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and thank you, Thomas, for confirming. So it was a problem on my side.
Okay.
He said nothing froze.
That would be my points. The only other point that I would say is that, wow, that third round, and this is why I said this is my match of the tournament, because yes, we didn't see teams going equal to equal going into the sudden death overtime, but to see a team coming back from so far behind and still make it seem like they can win, because we've seen how many players and how many teams miss their 2, miss their 3, miss their 5, and you saw Janine instantly answer 5, instantly answer 2. Jacoby knew his 3. That was a fantastic match.
Janine did the 3-pointer, but yeah, you're right. That was what impressed me, because I knew Jacoby's, but she had the question about Spielberg and how many Oscars he won. and that's
Oh
just
yes, yes, yes.
three-pointer.
You're right. You're right because
But
Janine
and that really
seemed
impressed
like
me.
she was.
She didn't
Yeah.
even ask for a repeat, so I was
No.
really impressed. Like,
She played really, really
Yeah.
well, and you could see another thing there. You could see Jacoby when Janine said, "I'm not sure." Jacoby instantly said, "Don't worry about it. I've got this," and
Mhm.
that's why you can see the chemistry there is
yeah.
fantastic, and
I
it would
also
be
think there's not a B
beautiful.
player there.
No,
Janine
no.
is going for the championship now on the
I
singles line, and Jacoby was really amazing. And like this being your second team on your faction is
Yeah.
so strong, so strong.
I'm going to say something that might seem controversial, but I don't think there is a B player in any of the teams we've seen so far this year, except for maybe Final Exam. I don't think there's been a B player in
But
the tournament, for
Denlon
example.
made a really strong statement with his singles match. So
Exactly.
like it's
So
with Lon, it's like hot and cold. You don't know.
yeah,
Sometimes he's
yeah.
the better player on that team, and sometimes he's the worst
So
player on that team. Yeah.
so for me, I don't think that there's a B player in this tournament.
Actually,
Okay,
this tournament keeps impressing me. Like all of the teams
yeah.
keeps impressing me.
Even press room, even though they got
Yes.
TKO'd,
And
they
even midterms, like
surprised the
wow.
heck out of me.
We're
Midterms,
going
we'll
to
get to that, but that
match,
was
but
a
wow.
fantastic match. In fact, let's move on to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to say something to this match, and I need to say, I'm so sorry, Jonathan Harris. I doubted you, and it was such a mistake. Wow, just wow. Like, I know Danger Zone should be my talking point. Even like I love Dan, but like I was just so impressed with midterms. They could beat
I
anybody.
can believe it. Wow. Sure.
It was, and Jonathan just like kept coming with the answers, and I was, wow, this yeah, I'm it's not that surprising to me because I think I talked about it last week that Winston really convinced me, and I do trust in him so much because he did it this last year with a lot of players. So I'm not like, sometimes we don't see it, but he always have a really good plan, and it's always working. Even if he doesn't win the matches, he plays amazing always. So this really impressed me, and we already talked about it, but like the second round for Danger Zone, it was just, there's nothing more impressive for me than people doing so well in movie release dates, and especially since both of them, you could really see their teamwork. You could see how like Dan always said, like, my gut is this, I'm feeling, or Beethoven gave him options, like, I know it's this or this, how do you feel? And then Dan went, I think it's this, and they like perfect round in movie release dates, even though it's Bateman. It just this I could watch him answer movie release date questions all day. It's just crazy to me. It's like Star Wars week is for me. Like, I'm just jaw dropped. So yeah, amazing on both teams.
I fully agree, Leo. I fully agree.
Yes.
Watching him versus JTE and watching him in this match is like night and day.
And it's swag.
You can't believe it.
I think it's Winston. That's the reason I think he's studying
I can believe it. I can honestly believe it. Like you said in our watch along, how can people not love Winston? He's just amazing. I can see him. In fact, even though he doesn't look like he has that position now, I can see him winning this faction race.
I can
just
always
because
see
he has
win the faction race. Like,
he just has this way of like, when the person's a heel, he'll like counter off that. When the person's like a nervous rookie, he can counter off that. You saw how well
all of his players. So I
exactly,
think
and you saw how well what's that lady's name that did well in the free for all?
Kim Taylor
so bad with
Foster.
names.
Jen
No,
Kemp.
the one from Swag, Jane Kemp. Thank you.
Yes.
That was amazing, and I must say that must be because of Swag. Every person that plays for Swag, their matches pre-swag and their matches post-swag are like night and day, and it's amazing. And I will say that I loved watching the chemistry between Bateman and Merle. That was the one thing that I was concerned about with that team, because I thought, can they coexist? And I know they are friends behind the scenes, but I thought, can they coexist and get along more than what we've seen with the because we saw kind of Roka and Merle are definitely best friends, but they don't get along as a team. So, or they don't have that chemistry as a team so much as, say, Liz and Erwin do. So that to me shows that every player in this tournament is going to be amazing. There are no B players.
I think the problem with Roka and Dan actually isn't that they don't have good chemistry. I think they deferred to each other too much. Like Roka had trouble going against Dan, even though he thought he was right, and that's not good. Like we saw how it should be when Liz like changed Ethan's answer, and that's the way that should be with Roka and Dan, and it just wasn't working. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that I don't think is going to happen with Bateman and Dan. I think like if Ben knows something, he's going to argue for it, and I think then we'll let him and the other way. So that's the Liam, we were talking about the second match. I finally stopped talking about deception versus blackjack. It was a long tired. So
is this danger zone midterms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Firstly, I must say I'm very out of breath, and you have to excuse me. I live in a 10-story apartment building, and the lift's broke.
Oh wow!
And our shopping just came.
Oh, that's
terrible. I had to go walk up, run down, and go up.
Oh, so I hate this.
Hence, I had to leave. But yes, I will briefly talk.
And you just had your second jab.
Yes, I am in pain.
This is the first time I ever felt sorry for you. Like
I had to carry it on my grab arm, and I'm not doing well. Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate your sympathy. Okay, I'll keep it short.
You can just take a breath. It's
Midterm surprised me. I was really impressed with them. Jonathan Harris is a much better player than I gave credit for. What else? Danger Zone were, as expected, the winners. Not a shock. They played better together than I thought they would. As I mentioned earlier, they had good chemistry, which was my only concern for that team. From what I heard you talking about, is that they fixed that problem he had with Roka. Seems like with Bateman, which I agree with. I want to see more of midterms, and I didn't think I would. So I think it was an important match for them. And the fact they stayed in it and it was a lot closer than I thought it would be was a good result for them. But I need to go. I'm going to stop talking for a bit so I can breathe.
I have a concern. I actually think that there may be few matches for the teams before the tournament, the second one, but I'm scared. I think maybe Blackjack will play outsiders because it makes sense, and I don't want any of those teams to lose again, because they scored 30 and they scored 32, and probably maybe midterms could play press room or something and I think press room is going to improve also to their second match. So that's, I actually think like all of the teams did so well that they're going to try to get their matches if they can. So
for sure.
That's and is this everything? Punishments?
I'm sure we'll see the losers again. We missed one match. We missed one match, which I definitely have a lot to talk about.
Oh no!
Oh no! We did. Yes.
This was the riskiest pick I've ever made, and even when I sent it, because I wasn't here, so I sent it to Teresa. As I sent it, I was like, "Why did I do that?" But I picked Wit. Because I was going off recency bias.
Maybe also.
And
he played amazing in his last match.
He played so well against Harper. And I thought he was going to do the same, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, and he still played really well. He always plays really well, and he always almost wins, and never happens, and it's terrible. And I really want him to win.
think he will get a win at some
One
point.
day.
He has to.
Mm.
Like 2025, Wade finally won.
Yeah. But yeah, I just had a feeling, and for what was it, the 5th or 4th question when he got it right and Paquette
Yes.
didn't, and he was 1 point up with the challenge for the indoor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. I'm gonna be top of the prediction league. They all laughed at me, and I'm gonna do it. And
Then you
it
didn't.
didn't happen. So I was a bit disappointed. But the cat looks really
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, he
The
played
Dragon
better.
Ball
That's
players
very
are amazing.
true, Matt.
All of them.
Very true, Matt.
He played better with Harper, but it was a really different match. Like I think
Well,
Burkett also wasn't perfect in this match. Like it's not. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes the questions are harder. I kind of like when they, get their hands dirty and you don't know actually what's going to happen. So I really liked that in this match.
What are your thoughts on the challenge? Because I agree with the decision, and I'm pleased.
okay. Now comes my talking point.
Okay, so Ben seems to have an opinion about it. So Ben, what's your opinion?
That was such a stupid challenge. I'm sorry, but it's called the Forest Moon of Endor. Moon, not planet. The question was about planets.
Yeah, but I think he
For
kind
me-
of forgot that there was the word planet in the
I
question,
know, but for me, like, I knew it instantly that it was going to go to him because I thought it's definitely going to be a moon. And look, it was good that he challenged because it shows that he knows the game. But I'm sorry, to say that it's the forest moon and you forget that it's a moon, to me is just, I literally cringed when I heard that.
I will say, I think it was a good challenge, and I think on another day they would have given him the point. But I'm pleased that they ruled against it because I think it was the right decision.
Okay, so I actually think he heard that question only once. You only hear it, sometimes the connection isn't great. You're not in the studio. So maybe he heard something and he thought it's place, not planet.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
then
Okay.
when he heard
Fair
it,
enough.
and in that situation, the challenge would be very valid. Like he would probably win it if it wasn't about planet and was about place. I think they would then give him the point. So I understand. I think rookie mistake was not asking about the question again. I think he should have taken his repeat and then like listen properly to it and because he knew the other answer. And he asked, like, are we talking without or with, and then he should have asked for a repeat and he probably would have got it. And I think he's not going to make this mistake again. But like, I understand. I think like I always support Roxy. I love her, but like, that's not the point. Like, so you don't know there's difference between moons and planets. I don't know if I would advertise that, first of all. And I love you, but that wasn't the point at all. Like, that's just no. But
Yeah.
because she kept bringing it up, and I was like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
You already
Weird.
said it. But,
Weird.
I don't know. It seems that the U.S. educational system is very different than ours because we definitely talked about this. So yeah.
Okay, I was maybe a little unfair with Zach. I agree.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Unfair,
You were like right in the situation it happened. I'm just saying that there could be more to it than we know.
Yeah.
He also was under the lights for the first time. So yeah.
I hope not Leo, by the way, because I think he's
please
winning.
No.
And also,
I think he won't play this year again.
I agree, but look at who he got. He had Harper and he had Paquette. He had 2 Dragon Con players, and before that he had Molly Damon, right? Which is so tough.
I want to say I really don't like his position now I don't like that he's the one when you have a hotshot rookie that probably will play amazingly. You put him against Wit so he can beat him. I don't want this for him.
Well,
You could give him another match like one time. Give him just someone. Like I wouldn't be mad if he played Sullivan again, or someone like it's not. It was obvious that Zach is going to be good after we saw Murray and after we saw Harper. Like how could he not?
I would like to see him versus Lacey or something like that.
Yes, please. Yes, I agree. But then who will I pick? No, I don't want that. I'm taking it back. No. I love Lacey, so I don't want her to be beaten again. So no.
Give him a rookie. Give him Nikki.
Yes, but rookie not from DragonCon. Like give him someone like Whiteley. I don't know.
Nikki Demolanta against Whit, please. That's the match I want to see.
You're breaking my heart, dude. No. No.
Do we know how many people are in this next Star Wars tournament? Because I didn't even know there was one until
18.
Damon.
16.
Oh.
Well, the next one.
They've mentioned that it will be a
16,
16
you're right. 16.
player.
Yeah.
Oh, is that confirmed?
Yeah, well,
think
it's
so.
not confirmed, but
sounds
like
like
multiple
it, but-
people said it, and Christian said it on like SCN
Okay.
and something. I just want to say, I just want to ask you guys.
I love it,
Because
I love it. Sorry.
Yes. I'm just going. Oh, 8 people. I thought it's 16.
I
I
don't
heard
know.
everyone
Really?
talking
Wow.
about 16. So we will. It's not confirmed yet. But what I want to ask you guys, if it's a 16-person tournament, who is Koi putting in if Demanda has the belt? He's Whiteley and like what bits? Because he said he's
a good
not
point.
going to drop anybody right now.
Mm.
But I
You
think
might have to.
he might have to. Yes.
I mean,
the
like
same
Greg and
goes
John,
for-
no. Like
No,
maybe Jesse Swift. I don't know if he knows Star Wars.
I would rather put Bibbs in there than Greg and
What about
and-
Jesse?
maybe.
No.
But I know
wouldn't-
Bibbs studies with Demalanta. That's the only reason.
I would not put
Like,
I would not put Bibbs in for one reason. You need for him to focus on teams and singles.
I know.
And
but
if he switches to Star Wars, it could be bad for him.
yeah, I'm not. The thing is, just I don't know what he's planning to do. If he's not dropping anybody, then he's in trouble. Because it's great that Demalanta has the belt, but he needs someone, and he doesn't have another Star Wars player. He should
I'm sorry, but get John out.
Wow.
Get Humphrey out. Get a Star Wars player in. I'm sorry, John, but I mean,
He should just go to the dungeon and ask, "Can you please lend me with
I have
for this
Harry,
tournament?"
please.
Yeah, can I have Mara for a second? She was on my team last year, and she didn't play a one match. So maybe it would actually be fair for him, you know.
Yeah, I don't. If it's 8 or 16, I don't know actually.
Yeah.
I hope it's 16 because I want to
We
see
need to.
new people get a shot.
Yeah.
And I want
I also
Mara
want
in
it to be. I also want it to be 16. And I think not only stars are scary with
The
Zach and
the
Alex,
other
but
question
dungeon is
is
scary.
who does Finstock throw in? Because they also only have one Star Wars player.
Haas is a for division player. This
Is it?
this the worst thing ever that they had like all of their players be like they were all great in Finstock Exchange, and the one player we haven't seen yet has 4 divisions. Like no, I'm not.
I mean-
I'm not signing up for this. Barbarian, you crazy magician! How did you pick these people up?
Who does dungeon pick? Because they have
What?
it stacked. Like I'm wondering who
Yeah.
dungeon pick. I don't
Oh,
think.
I think
Molly
Howie, I
and
think
Mara.
Howie and
Howie, yeah.
Howie and Molly, and Mara
Yeah.
because Mara said
IG.
she would play, but she will give the opportunity to players who play only Star Wars if there's not
Yeah.
another
Great.
shot. So I think Molly and Howie, and this like the thing with Mara. I think if she has the IG belt, she won't play in Star Wars, so she's focused on it because Dan has the same philosophy, and he won't start playing in IG until he lost the belt because he doesn't want to like disrespect it. So
I do want to see Molly. Sorry, not Molly. Mara. I do want to see her in a
too.
Star Wars match. But
that's
I
the only
understand.
reason why I kind of wish she would lose to Mike, because I really want to see her play in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Wow.
that's
Okay.
not going to happen ever. So she's
Oh, I
going
don't
to
know.
defend
Might look
the
pretty
whole year.
good.
Okay.
Is that everything? Is that our?
Just about.
Oh, oh, it's whose turn is it? Oh, it's Ben. You're for me.
It's me to give it to you, Liam. It's me to give it to you. I
Oh
just
my
want to
God.
get the thing. I want to say that you have to write and perform a sonnet
I
about
already love it.
how good Into the Woods is.
Oh,
This is
Oh.
amazing.
I hate
love
James
you,
Corden.
Ben. This is so good.
Oh, and you have to make sure that you praise James Corden.
Yes, please. Yes.
Oh God!
And you have
No,
to.
right. I used
Does
to
he
love
have to
James
do it
Corden,
like in
and I
the?
hate him now.
Does he have to stay in the sonnet? Like, does he have to rhyme it and everything, or it can be free verse?
When you say perform,
Of course,
does that
that's
mean
what a
sing?
sonnet has to be.
He means you have to dress as Corden and
Yes.
and do
It's
and
so
do
You have to
bad.
dress
and
and
do
you
a
have to
karaoke
perform.
scene.
Have you seen Into the Woods?
I won't go that
It's
far.
horrendous. It's horrendous. I'm sorry. It's
Well, I'm
just
sorry,
awful.
it's not worse than Fantastic Beasts, and Where
Actually,
to Find Them too. It's not worse.
Okay,
no.
I will say I'd rather watch Into the Woods than that.
I would watch
I hate
10
Into the
times
Woods.
Into the Woods before I would watch one time Fantastic Beasts. So, just
Yeah,
saying.
I think I'd rather Into the Woods over that one. So I'm not pleased about it, but I will accept it.
I'm
And-
so excited for my punishment. Can I do it next week?
Can I just have some clarification on the punishment? Is it just the winner gives them out? So
Yes, just me. No, nobody else.
Yes,
You're
yes.
okay.
So if Teresa
So
wins,
if
do we all have to do
When
her
Teresa
punishment?
wins, yes.
Yeah.
All of
Can't
you.
let her win.
Wow. Well, it's cute that you think like you will let me. Okay. Sure, Liam.
Oh no, I hate Into the Woods. Oh.
The only one I don't want so far, the only person that I don't want to have win is Matt, because I can't praise that Avatar movie, live action movie. I just can't.
Thomas, I love you. Yes. Yes. Obviously, someone is saying here it's Thomas.
Where's the support?
When I win.
All I've had is grief
Yeah, where's
from
the
you.
support, Thomas?
I'm joking. I love it, Thomas. But Teresa, anyone but Teresa. Actually, I'd rather Teresa than Matt. I don't know. I don't know what your
Well,
punishment.
you don't know what my punishment is yet, and
Matt's-
you
Matt's
made one
punishment.
terrible for me, so you should expect some revenge. I'm just going to hint. It's going to be very similar to what you did to me, but it's going to be worse.
Wonderful. Can't wait for next week.
Sorry, Matt. Didn't mean to spoil. I thought they did know.
I didn't hear it actually, so nothing's been spoiled for me. I might have to watch it back later.
I also didn't hear it.
Don't.
What happened? Were we in another room? Were we just...
Don't worry.
Shall we end there?
Yeah.
And next week should be a shorter show because we haven't got a pay-per-view to talk about. So maybe we'll only go an hour or an hour and a half. But it was a lot of fun. Sorry I had to jump out for a bit. I'm still trying to get my breath back from walking up 8 sets of stairs.
Oh man.
You're in form. Yes.
Thank you. I'm not in the physique to be able to be walking up and down 8 sets of stairs.
You shouldn't after that second shot. I don't think it was a smart idea.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I am on Instagram at PsychoLiam, PSYCHYLIAM. We are on Twitter at Euro Schmoe, and Teresa and Ben, I think, kindly run that for us. Oh, Matt has come back for us.
Here, so
I can hear.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I have to go in because
thank you for
now,
coming back.
yeah. So Ben now spotted, so I have to say it. So
Sorry. Yep.
everyone,
We didn't hear it, so
No,
it's not
but
spoiled. In how you
people who watched maybe heard it.
Okay.
So everyone, listen
Punishment
to this.
part 2.
Yeah, punishment part 2. Ben will have to watch and write an essay on why Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie, is much better than the original TV show. How nice
This
for
is just mean. I
That's
haven't
horrendous.
even watched that thing, and I know how terrible it is. Like,
Yeah, just to clarify, Ben said that Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of his favorite cartoons, and that it's deserving the credit for his love of anime and animated stuff. So yeah, I'm really cruel here.
well,
So
then you,
flippin' cruel.
it's okay. He's not going to win. It's okay.
We will
I hope
see.
You will
not.
do my
It's
punishment.
the one person I don't want to relate.
We have a long way to go
Oh
to
yeah,
reach
didn't
Happy
have,
Kid.
didn't have Gucci.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
should
know if I
study your
want any of
Gucci,
you
you
to
should.
win.
Well,
I
you
will
should
say
just
that-
go into the car and start talking to your phone and drive because it's very safe. You know, it's very safe.
I
You
will
should,
say
like,
my
promote
mother
that kind of
showed me.
behavior.
I will say my mother showed me that she has a clown head hair thing, and even better, she has a mask like Roka, so I can wear both.
I
Should
love
you
that.
win.
Guys, now everyone wants me to win. This
Even
is
I want
amazing.
to win a little
Yeah.
bit now, and that's saying a lot. Just for that punish. No, I don't want it that much. I still want to beat you.
Nope.
But that is a good fun punishment. I'm excited to not see because I'm going to win. Matt's had his
wait,
piece. He's gone.
Okay.
So
but,
we-
but
As we were
just like-
saying, thank you, Thomas. Yes, Beyond the Schmoedown is a good listen.
yes,
and
we
watch.
will. I will
And I
watch
know
everything
Teresa will.
Demalante does. Yes.
So yeah, we are on Twitter at Euro Schmoe. I am at Liam on Instagram, and we will be back next week. And we will be watching along on Friday the Deception and Danger Zone. We will see if Deception can put it out the bag for me and Ben, and take a step close to Teresa. And we'll see if the management of Kaiser is better than the back end management of Gucci. Because we know he can manage both ways now. We'll see if Kaiser can do that as well.
Well, sure.
And
Liam
on
keeps
that,
breaking me. Liam keeps breaking me. I just wanted to say that it's Teresa_Sky. Okay.
we've lost the will here. We're actually losing it.
_Sky. Wow, this is a shit show. Okay. I'm very sorry for how we acted today. It's not going to be that way next week. We promise.
I can't promise that.
Yeah, me neither. It was like
I don't know why you're promising.
I don't know either. I don't know.
If we talk about Gucci's backward managing from the back, I'm not going to be able to keep it together. So we'll have to see what happens in the week.
Oh damn. We should just finish. We should just
We
bye,
just
guys. Bye
Follow us on Twitter in the description.
on Twitter. Bye.
Our link is in the description.